Another fish on a Sonic BaitFish. I always use a de-hooker. Never touch my fish on fish that I don't intend to keep, just releasing. If you never use the Sonic BaitFish, you're going to be in for a real treat. I'm using the 1/2 ounce silver blue Sonic BaitFish attached to the top of the back. This is the vibration version. When you attach the snap to the nose or to the tail, that's the flutter version. Alright, several tips. Number one, when you attach to the back, never use it in fast moving water. When you see your line angling off, that's the time to attach the snap to either your nose or to your tail, simply because it'll cut through the water a lot quicker. As an example, if you drop this knife or a spoon or a fork in the water, it's going to kind of go like this. This is how the Sonic BaitFish works when attached to the top of the back. It's a slow fall, so if the tide is moving, the wind is up, and you're trying to fish to a very specific spot, by the time you get to that spot, because of the slow drop, I mean, you're not even on that spot. It's long gone. On the other hand, if you attach the snap to the nose, what happens is that instead of the lure going like this, it automatically is going to cut right through the water. And it's going to get down a lot quicker. It's going to cut through the fast-moving water a lot better than when the lure is attached to the top of the back. So, when it's attached to the top of the back, you fish it at anchor or on a real slow-moving or dead tide. When your buddies are complaining that they're not catching anything trolling or what have you, whether for walleyes or lake trout or smallmouth bass in fresh water or grouper, snapper, and other species in saltwater, including salmon, that's the time to put this snap on the top of the back, drop it straight down. In a short while, I'll show you my technique. The other thing is, never attach, I'm using braided line. If you're using monofilament, that's fine. Never attach the braided line directly to your lure, because braided line is very, very soft, and it'll collapse onto your lure and on your hook, and you'll get constant hook to line fouling. I'm using about a 2-foot fluorocarbon lead or 20-pound test. My main line is Suffix braided line. It's 20-pound, and it's equivalent to 4 to 6 pound diameter for a monofilament, and naturally a snap on the end. I'm going to get out of this garbage here. Now with the smaller Sonic BaitFish, the 1/10 ounce and the 1/6 ounce size, they come in a package with a self-sleeving hook on the tail and on the nose. For the bigger versions, they come equipped with the self-sleeving treble hook. It has an open shank so you can put it on and take it off, and with an open eye siwash hook. Now when you go ahead and crimp the siwash hook onto your lure, as I have, I'm not using a split ring here. I'm attaching it directly. Make sure you crimp that open eye completely shut tight. You don't want to lose that to a big fish. In case you use a split ring, what's going to happen is it's going to cause a lot more flop to that hook, and you're going to get hook to line fouling, and that becomes a nuisance. Alright, now we're in 32 feet of water. I'm not marking much here. One of the things I look for is bait. If I don't have a depth finder, I'm looking for birds. Birds usually will tell you where the bait is. It's really important to have a good fish locator. As you can see, I've got two. If one cops out, I've got the other one as a backup. They're my eyes. Without that, I can't fish very effectively. So because we're in this jungle of kelp, I'm going to only use a single hook. By law in Washington State, you're only permitted to use single barbless hooks, which is a great law. Alright, we're dropping it all the way down. I want that line almost going straight down. Like I said before, if it angles off, it's time to attach to the nose and not to the top of the back. We're in 30, almost 34 feet of water. Okay, I hit bottom. I'm going to reel it down, get all that slack out, and then I'm going to give it 2 cranks. And I'm going to lift up nice and easy and drop it back down. This is the closest thing to fishing with live bait because you're dead sticking. That lure right now is hanging completely horizontal. It's not up or down like you would find in traditional metal jigs. And even though the water might be dead, that current is still moving that bait fish just like so. It's a real natural appearance. Okay, nice easy lift. Now when you're attached to the top of the back, the lifts are completely different than when the bait, when the snap is attached to your nose or to the tail. When it's attached to the nose or tail, we're not dead sticking basically. We're giving it 6 to 8, 10-inch lifts like this. Now, I don't want you to do that with the Sonic BaitFish when it's attached to the top of the back. Okay, slow lift and drop it back. I just had a hit there. Another hit, there we go. See that? I wasn't doing anything with that rod. This is fun. Wait till you try it. Big rock greenling. Okay, I use a deal hooker on fish that I'm not going to keep. That way you don't go ahead and interrupt the protective slime layer on the skin of the fish, which would lead to infection. Alright, dropping it straight down now. We're in 30, almost 32 feet of water. This is a great way for the family to fish. You know, get relaxed. This will work for anything in salt and fresh water. I've caught 20 to 30 pound salmon doing this. Salmon, the Chinook salmon season is finished for the year. Alright, I'm down to the bottom. I'm going to reel down, get rid of my slack. 2 cranks, 1 crank equals 2 feet of retrieval, line retrieval. So I'm about 4 feet off bottom. Nice 5 to 6 foot lift. Drop it down. Again, you want that line almost straight up and straight down. If it angles off too much, this won't work. The other thing is, when the bite is pretty tough, switch to the smallest Sonic BaitFish you can use and still get down. If that doesn't work, change colors. We've got an overcast day here and I'm using a silver finish, which isn't too bad. It's great when the sun is out to reflect. The better finish on a day like this would be glow white. I had a hit there. Glow white or chartreuse glow. That's a ling cod, small ling cod. Boy, he just inhaled that. I wanted that one. That's the beauty of barbless hooks. You don't injure those fish. All right, one more drop. Okay, we're in 29 feet of water, dropping straight down. Stay comfortable. Breeze is coming up and that line is starting to angle off a little bit. 1, 2, okay, we're about 4 feet off the bottom. Nice lift. Slow lift, no jerks. That wind is increasing. We're moving a little bit quicker and that line again is tapering off. Slow lift, slow drop. Just pretend it's a nice, lazy afternoon with the family. Although we're fishing in salt water, find similar structure in freshwater. You know, stumps, lily pads, weed beds, they'll all work. We're getting pretty shallow here now. We're in 18 feet of water. We're going to have to move. Yep. Anyway, I think you've got the idea. I want to thank you for watching. Check in with me again.